again. There we go. Voila! We are back on every platform. Jesus Christ. And we're back. So I'm not doing that again with the retopo side of things. That was a little bit whoopsie. Sounds like a great plan. I know, right? $1.05. There we go. All right. So we need to add the topology that we wanted back into here. Now these ones, all right, we drop this to 1.5. Because from here, that's what, 0.75, 0.95. Pop that at 1.2. That doesn't feel right. That's 1. 0.75, 0.95. Oh, fuck. We're going to have ads come through now, aren't we? Hey, I got my snoozes back. Yay. I didn't lose a lot of progress. I wouldn't say a lot. All of the progress has basically been tinkering, trying to figure out how I want something to be done. 0.75, 0.95, 0.1, or 1 to 1.2. Why is that? That's why. Oh my god, just apply the scale. Alright. Go through this process again. There we are. Perfect. Gonna try words again? Maybe. Maybe. Thankfully, I will say, it was time for ads anyway. So, that was like a great time for it to crash. Now, you see, if I had my secondary PC set up for streaming all of this, that wouldn't be an issue. That just wouldn't be an issue. Because that PC would have kept going perfectly fine. Untouched. That's why I need to figure out the audio side of things so badly. I think I need to make some compromises on the audio side of things, to be honest. And I think one of those is having anything actually, no, that's what I wanted to check. I wanted to check if the Ugreen could be selected as an audio output source. Because if it can, then I can literally have that as the audio output. Have my little audio switch go between either my speakers or that PC. And then when I'm not streaming, have it just go through to my speakers. When I am streaming, have it go through to that PC. Yeah. I can try that Savo. I'm going to try out the Savo and hopefully it works. Negative 1.2. There we are. Okay, so what we need... I need to get these ones back to what they were. And then... get rid of that. Mirror. Alright. So. Bam. By distance. Perfect. So. What we were doing... I wanted to see if there were any, like... So we've got these collab tiles and materials. Documents, Blender, JRO. Unzip the JRO collab. Okay, so that's got the PNGs, the JPEGs, the PSDs, the TIFFs, the 2Ks and the 4Ks. So... I'll get rid of the TIFFs, the PSDs, and the JPEGs. We don't need those. We don't care about the PNGs. Get rid of those. Is there a way, can I list the files that are in? Unzip-L. Textures 4K. Okay, so it's got TIFF files, PNGs, all that kind of stuff. So if we do this, so our door go okay. I may have broken things before, but my PC totally didn't do a graphical reset because I hit a RAM limit because I was trying to do 34 million vertices. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? Never happened. Lies and slander, and if you say otherwise, I will not be happy. It's a lot of vertices. How much RAM you got? 64 gig. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it probably wasn't a RAM thing. It was probably like a GPU, CPU thing. It was probably like a combination of everything hitting, and then my GPU being like, nah, reset. Yeah, it was. Well, I've got 24 gig of VRAM. Like, my GPU has 24 gig VRAM. So, yeah. Ah, shit. We have a look at this. We go details. Yeah, so these are the 2Ks. So we unzip the file specifying a list. Extract files into Xdir. I think... so we extract that into... I don't have a 4K directory. Unzip textures 4K. Now it's saying file name not matched. There we go. Wait. God damn it. What GPU do you have? Mine has 16 gigs of VRAM, and I thought that was cool. I've got the 7900 XTX. Oh, this bad boy. 24 gig. Okay. So. Let's see if we can find... Yeah, so I can't... I don't think those are going to be really... I don't think I'm going to be able to use those. Because these are just alphas and masks. Alphas and displacement map type stuff. Unzip list. Smart materials. Spasm? That's not nice. Jeez. Smart materials are insensitive. So insensitive. Got a 5070 Ti. Nice. You're so sleepy, Sammy. Why don't you get some sleep then? Get the snoozles. Because, yeah, I can't exactly... Obviously, that's not going to work. Mark that as a seam. Right. That's the doorway. Okay, I see. So this here, rotate it 90 degrees, move it over here. This, rotate 90 degrees, move it into there. And this, rotate it 90 degrees. We want to take this value here. We do that. There we go. Now the issue is that this inside part is going to be a lot less detailed. So I think it might be worthwhile separating them there as well. So if we, not smart project, we do that. That's the roof, I think. All right. Rotate that negative 90. Put it there. I suppose that's actually something I should have done. Island margin. No, because now that's separated all out. I don't want to do that. But now we do have that island margin. Now that we have that island margin, it's a lot easier to select things without it selecting the things that aren't connected. It's 1 AM for me. What door for? Door's for new game. Door is for new game. New game plus is what we're calling it, I guess. The bobble game is finished. It is currently awaiting release July 24th. So if we do that, those are going to share details. Yeah, July 24th, Australia, like my time, July 24th. My time. I'm not gonna tell you that it's releasing in like 24 different what day it's releasing in all 24 time zones. Passionate game dev. Do you think AI will kill indie game dev and make people like games less? No. Primarily because AI is very good at doing generic things. AI will continue to get better at doing generic things. So any game that's made completely by AI is going to be very similar to every other game of that genre that gets made with AI. Because the AI is not coming up with new ideas and stuff like that. It's just regurgitating existing things that it's been trained on and stuff like that. So you'll still have indie games and stuff like that that are really popular and really successful because they do something new. They do something new, they do something different, they have a unique take on something that the AI is just not able to replicate because there's not enough training data out there for that type of stuff. That hurts. All right. I remember I saw a YouTube video of someone that was using AI to make the game, to make a game that they wanted. And they're like, yeah, I used AI and I made my first ever game. Yeah, it's a top-down shooter. And then they show the game. And it's like, oh my god, that looks exactly like those terrible terrible mobile games that you always see the ads for. It just all looks like that shit. Didn't UE5 just drop an AI environmental rendering system where you upload your references and it styles the world accordingly? Saves load time from what I can see, pretty high fidelity as well. So what it does is it references your catalog of models. From my understanding, you have like all of your props and assets and whatnot that are all cataloged and stuff. So you tag them and whatnot. And then instead of you spending weeks or months laying out your entire environment, you tell it, I want this room to be this style, and then it will go through your library of stuff and it'll go, yep, cool. So we've got like, you want a Chinese restaurant? All right, here's some like Chinese lanterns on the roof. Here's some like Chinese dragon statues that you've got. All that kind of stuff. So you're still creating your meshes and things like that. You're just not spending the weeks going through and placing things. You're still designing the level. You're just speeding up the way that you're creating the level layout. Yeah. Okay. So I can have that in there for the walkway. But now because I don't want this to be much bigger than this stuff. You know what I mean? I could take this and I could rotate it back, move it down here, because I want those to have very similar looks to them. And the floor, move up here as well. Oops. So we can do that. And then we're also going to have I select these. We inset. Do that. Do that. Ooh, actually. Let's see. Clear the sharp from that. With the seam. Well, actually, no. I feel like those should have a seam and should be their own thing. Because if we do that... right, so you still create the IP, but outsource environment generation seems like a viable tool for indie developers with small teams. Exactly. Like, it provides indie devs the ability to generate a large-scale world. So, like, they model their trees, they model their buildings, their walls, their roofs, their fences and doors and tables and all that kind of stuff. They get all that. And then they create a large-scale world environment in a couple days. Yeah. And that's actually something that I want to see if I can get working at some point, is getting an AI to look at my mesh library and go, place a wooden chair here. Yeah. And then the AI goes, I'm going to put a wooden chair there. Or if I go, put a wooden dining set in this room. And then it gets like a dining table, some chairs, places them in the room, laid out correctly. It's like, sweet. Works nice. That's what I would like to do. Yeah. So if we put those... see what happens. Alright, so that'll give us the ability to have some different lights there. Different material, same texture. Potentially. Very potentially. The only thing, I'm going to have to remove that from that side though, because we don't want that. You know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. What the hell is that? What the hell? How the hell do I get rid of that? There we go. That works. All right. Let's do this. apply. Oh, hi. What a surprise. How yous doing, you good dunce? Welcome in. Sell, sell, sell. I don't know. I have nothing to sell. I'm sorry. How we doing, Zeit? What up, Theater? Max, Medusa, welcome back. Hello, Serpent. How are all yous doing? I'm just doing some 3D modeling stuff. I like to pretend that I'm good at this, and people seem to believe that, so I'm going to keep doing it. Dental Dam. Damn. Ouch. Thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Everyone that follows is a good done, by the way. Tell us what you were up to today, Fern. Give us all the details. This is what I've been tinkering with. Yeah, trying to get the UV figured out. Trying to... This would be a doorway. Gedunted. Allow that through, Twitch. How dare you? Twitch blocking my Gedunty. Jeez. Worked a lot on my game, which has a really cool demo available now. Where's the link? Come on. Also, Fern, we need a custom shout out for you. Okay? We need a custom shout out that can go off whenever you raid. Yeah. Look at that. Damn, look at that artwork. Look at that art. Now, you're not going to hear any sound, just so you know. Yeah. It might be a bunch of small dogs barking crazy style. I mean, sure. Otters is just the word otter, like 15 times. Look at this artwork, though. That's some good pixeling. Even had the lighting. Oh. Look at that lighting. Lights creating the silhouettes and the show. Oh. Jiminy Crickets, that looks fantastic. I love it. Get on it, y'all. Play the demo. Give feedback. Do all the things that you didn't do for my game. I'm joking, obviously. Alright? For anyone that feels like taking offense. But yeah, I'm just kind of relaxing. Kind of relaxing today. Same thing as I've been doing for the last week or so. Yeah, we're working on our new game, for those that don't know. So, Bobble Shop Sim is waiting for release later this month. And what we're working on now is just getting some modeling and stuff for the next game. doing all the cool stuff. All of the cool stuff. That one we need to change as well. Beautiful. Just delete that. Lurk away, Fern. Thank you for the raid, you fantastic Gidunticle. Now I need to figure out what we're going to do in terms of materials and textures and stuff like that. Because I could create the texture. We want all the walls and stuff, like all the walls and floors and stuff will be mostly like a white polished metal sort of thing. I feel like this can be more of a silver metal. It's a second place medal. Better than a third place medal. Not as good as a first place though. What if we go to 7.5? Make the metallic 3. Oh, not 3.3. Where's our sun? $15 up. $10.5. Okay. Oh, Christ. No roughness means no reflection by the looks of it. Oh, thank you for the follow too, you fantastic Gidunts. We love new Gidunts showing up here. So if we have that as the color, oh. Right there. I want this to be more high quality texture. So I want like a 4090. I want like a 4K texture. And then I like scale that down to like a 2K texture and a 1K texture. And then we can let the player choose. You know, do they want 4K textures? Like, do they want high quality textures? Do they want mid quality textures? Do they want low quality textures? And then we just switch out the textures that the materials are using. Or we switch out the materials that are being used on everything based on that. Yeah. Doing that at runtime though, that would oof. I'd want to set up a I know, we'll see. We'll see. I think they'll provide a nice area. So let's go into texture paint. Now here's the great thing about texture painting. You can select these. Yeah. Select those. And then go texture paint. Select that. And now we're only going to paint those. What? Holy damn. Oh, crazy. Oh, crazy. It's insane. I bet not many of you knew about that. This will be... our doorway. What about the texture? Did I give the texture a name? I didn't give the texture a name. Jeepers. Oh, do I want to... No, we're going to save this. Up into our textures. We're going to go... doors. We'll save this as like metal doorway. Actually, no, we'll just go main doorway. Yep. Yep. That'll be better. That'll give us a nice naming for it. But I do want to add a new material and call it main doorway lights. And then should we? Yeah, main doorway lights. We're gonna have those two assigned there, actually. Those two assigned there. What we're gonna do... So this is gonna have an emission. Yeah, no, we'll just leave it as one. What up, Game Devable? How you doing, you get done? How are your summers going? My summer is going very cold. Very, very cold. Feels like 7.2 degrees today with rain. Something went wrong, apparently. Yeah. It's a cold, terrible day today. If you think this is bad, you should see my winter. It's just terrible weather for the foreseeable future. Thank you. Thank you, Medusa. I'm glad someone understands humor. You'd be amazed at how many people here don't understand good humor. Rarely do they laugh at my hilarious jokes. I do occasionally get a though. That's I chuckled, but I'm working. Excellent. That's what I always think underlines is people are actually laughing, but they can't type in chat haha or lol or anything like that because they're laughing so hard. They're like clenching their stomach from laughing so much, and they just like can't actually type. It's exactly what it is. This will also be 1. What if we have the roughness turned down? Or up? I don't know, we can tweak that inside. Godot. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. But the reason why I want that to be a separate color, because these will always be white. But this one here at the front, like this one up here, will be white if the player is able to go through the door, green if the player has completed all of the tasks for that door, red if the player can't go through the door. So that way, if the player is trying to figure out what they have left to do, they can just look at the doors and be like, which one do I still need to do? Yeah. Alright, so we leave it as that. So what we can do, I can open up this texture in, actually, let's select that. Let's go into texture paint. I want, actually, like both of those. I think we can also get rid of that light. I don't need that one there. Texture painting. We're gonna make this more of like a dark, like a 275. What's your issue? Paint, goddamn you, paint! Why won't you paint? There we go. I feel... Like, is there a way that I can set it to go over? To, like, extend? Cool door gang? I hope so. How you doing, Wonky? Yeah, that doesn't... And actually, I get really annoyed whenever the Australian team in FIFA goes up against like a South American team or something, and they'll be like, the South American anthem will be like, it'll like pump you up, you know, it'll pump you up, and then they have the Australian national anthem. And it's like, this isn't pumping me up. This is meh. We need a new anthem that, like, pumps you up. I know nothing about FIFA, but sounds like you're also good. Oh, I am good. I am good. Sorry, I thought I answered that already. My bad. My bad. Yeah, I don't know. Oh. Ads? What ads? Every ads. Let's see if we can get words working now. Because actually, you should have seen it earlier. I tried to create a high poly version of my doorway, and I used the remesh in Blender and accidentally turned the, like, what is it? Accidentally turned... Huh. It's not showing them. Accidentally turned the 70 vertices into 34 million vertices. Let's just say... Let's just say that my PC freaked out and crashed a little bit. So... Come on, words. I know it's been a long day, but you can do it. No. No. Words is buggered. Let's do a chest while we wait for the ads to go past. I once spent 36 hours making a model in Blender, triangulated it for the game engine I was using, accidentally saved it, so I get it 6 years ago. That's fine. Let's push you up. And then attack you. Let's see if I'm predicting their moves. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Doesn't really matter. I like that. I push that. I need to move. That was way too long. I knew that's where you'd be going. So you take there, I take there, you take there. Let's see. I'm gonna go here. Shit. Oh, thank God. Thank. Damn it. That's fine. If I can work their clock down. Shit. Yeah, no, because now they're just able to push that pawn. Yep. Yep, screwed up with that bishop taking my queen. It's always the way. Let's save that. Let's see what we can get in Critter. I have a feeling... Not Blender. Projects. Puzzler. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's shader work. Just practicing all the different shaders and like seeing if we can get lighting and stuff working in Raylib. So we open this one. Oh, hang on. on. Jesus Christ. Alright, so we do that. That'll be our floor. We save that out. This here. If I unload that, we go... Export UV layouts. Main doorway UV. There we go. So if we pop over here, we reopen this image, and then we also go layer, import the UV, and we scale the layer to be 4096. I see what's happened. I'm gonna have to delete that. How can I get that to export as a 4096? Because it's obviously trimming some bits off. I could export it to be... What if we export it here? Is that going to get it to be... Is that going to be the correct size now? So if we import this... Okay, now it's the correct size. Okay, cool. Cool, so we have our layout. We know where everything is. We know that this is the roof. We know these are the side panels. We know that this is the frames that you can see on the walls. You know, these are the lights, and we know this is the floor. Thank you for the follow, you fantastic Gedunts. So many fantastic Gedunts around. Love all your work. So we set that to 25. We go back to here. Gonna add another layer on top of it. Is there... I'm wondering if there's a pattern I'm wondering if there's a pattern that looks like could look good as a floor. I'm gonna reload that so we get the new texture there. We go through to here. So now it gives us that. I don't know if I want it to be that. Well, actually, that's one issue. Let's save that out again. I really need to learn how to get Blender to reload an image. So that's it. I guess I could give it... the cursor over the texture and press Alt R to reload the texture. Oh, damn! Thank you, LMR. I've just gone from being an average Blender user to being a grandmaster. Oh, you think you're good at Blender? I now know how to reload images. Take that. That's right. Wait until I have all of my mechs. Because I can create a displacement of that too. So I can... Oops. No. Get back there. I could have this go like, what? There's a... height to normal map. So I could do that. So we do that. And if I save that as main doorway normal, and over in here, we go normal. Why is there no image? If I go into here, it won't just be normal map. Why does that appear to have changed this as well? There we go. See how we've now got some texture to the floor. There. What up, Twig? That's given us some nice texture to the floor there. Oops. Oops. And if we select that, under the normal, too much. Want that, but larger. Maybe like that. But if instead of being that dark, we just make it we have that. I think this is something I can do just as a normal. And then that'll add some texture to the actual light. So it looks like there's something over the top of a light source. Doesn't really show anything, does it? I guess that's the other thing. We're not going to have a directional light in the game. It's just going to be ambient light and stuff like that. So, yeah. I think that will do something though. Do we have anything that's like smudges? Yeah, I don't want a fractal pattern. No, damn. Color. Okay, so it is doing something. That's just going to provide some... That's just going to provide some difference. There's that. And then... Why does it look like that? Got to be something to do with texture mode. Yeah, cool. Why are you gray? So you can now see like imperfections in the metal. And if what we do... Oops. If we copy and paste and merge that down, actually, merge down. Save that out as a normal map. Reload both. Yeah. So it's just a bunch of imperfections in the metal. What do you reckon? Do we... Do we have those imperfections? I feel like I want it to look more like a brush. Like it's got like a metal brush down. Not just globs like this, but like streaks as if it's been polished. Yeah. So it would be more... How do I rotate? I need to rotate this. Direction. I guess rotation is what it would be. No, apparently not. I don't want it to be that big either. Nope. That's a stamp, not a brush. I need streaks. We need streaks. You know what I mean? Alright. And if I... I know what you mean, if you know what I mean. Yeah, exactly. It depends on the style. Well, I want it to look like a high class research facility. So I feel imperfections like those globs on the metal, like that, doesn't really meet that. That's more of an industrial look. I don't think that's what we want either. This will be interesting. What up, Wind? Happy time zones to you. Okay. Wonder if there's something in GIMP that can... What if I have this at 100? All right. See if we grab that. Does the perfect door exist? It will once I'm done with it. So if we do that, well then, nah, that's gonna have a bunch of imperfections and stuff too, not just streaks. Yeah. This is tough. If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to man as it is infinite. Fair. That is true. Primarily because we can't see certain wavelengths of light. And if we could, we would go insane. Alright, so that's a wood fiber texture. What if I go layer style? No. I do that to a normal map like so. And then we merge it down. Actually. No, I won't be able to do that. Can't have a normal map that's also opaque. It doesn't work. What up, Ray? What are you doing? I'm trying to see if I can find a tool, like a brush or something in Krita, to give this sort of like a metal brush effect. Like, you know how you get those streaks in metal when it's been polished? Door gaming. Yep. Door gaming indeed. No. No, not a screen tone. I think I'm gonna need to... Let's see. Does GIMP have anything? You have a question? I may have an answer. Depends on the question. What is it? Oh, that's a good question, Wonky. That's a really good question. I'm not sure I have an answer. There is no response for that question. Is there like a polished metal in here? It's a slate. Granite, fibers, blue, rocks, stripes, fine. Warning, crinkle paper, bricks, amethyst, blue grid, corkboard, chalk as well. This is the waiting image in an elevator when we live in a life without music. True. Isn't it so good? Those are very fine lines. Yeah, no. No, nothing we can do in that. Is that texture page? What do you mean? Because like that's what we've got at the moment, but I don't like the. It looks more like an industrial, not a upper class research facility. I like if we reload all of them. And you see how like it's too flat. Like we've got this. This has some nice lighting going on with it. Yeah. Has that dip and stuff. So like as you walk over it, you can kind of, it looks like it has like it looks like it's got depth to it and stuff. You have a question? Yeah, go for it. Ask your question. I'm waiting. Great floor, but the grid in and going out was mid at best. What? So we need this. We need this to have like that Brushed metal effect. I wonder. Is there anything in here? I don't think there is anything in here that do it. Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing in there that'll do it. And Critter doesn't have anything either. What business are you working on? What game am I working on? We're working on our new game, which is a puzzle type game. Good old puzzle type. Puzzle style. Oops. What's the name of the game? I don't know yet. I started working on this like... I started working on it like a week ago. But I don't actually know what the game's going to be called. Puzzles are us. What do you know about programming languages? I mean, depends on what you mean by what do I know about programming languages. I know how to program in multiple programming languages. I can code in GD script or C++, a little bit of C. I can do C#. I can do Go. I can do Python, JavaScript, and TypeScript stuff. I can... get those there. Do that. Now, if I... What? Yeah. So... if I... get rid of that. Take this down to 60. We go. I reckon that could give us that brush look. but it's gonna take a lot of... That's ads coming in. Notice how that's not straight like the line said it was. That should be right. Oh. Ads? No. No. Yeah, no. What I might do instead... Let's see. Because if I can get one from here... Because there's that. Obviously this looks realistic, and I don't think I want it to look this realistic. Like those are the type of scratches and stuff that I want in it. I think I'm only really going to get that if I take something like this. You know? How do we get that style? Because obviously this is just, they've gone out, they've taken a photo. What if it's noise? Random noise is better for... Yeah, no. None of that. None of that. I don't know how we get that. Wood, rock, paper, grain. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Brush marks, maybe. But it's got that weird bit there that's going to make it very easy to tell. What up, random? What do you prefer, Steam or Epic? Steam. Hypno uses Linux OS, so yeah. Of course I'm going to prefer the platform that actually works on the operating system that I use. Alright, yeah. I am going to leave it for now. We need to put some... Oops. We need to put some, like, bolts and stuff. Let's import a new layer. $39. Kind of game am I making? It's a puzzle game. It's a puzzle game with narrative and stuff. I want it to feel like Portal, Stanley Parable, Blueprints, Talos Principle, created their own game. Even if I only hit like 30% of that, I'm happy. How pretentious is it going to be? More pretentious than you can handle, so I suggest you don't play it. Yep. How did the store manager game go, or is that still in the works? That's ready to go. It's releasing 24th of July Australian time, so 23rd of July American time. I'm just doing some final art stuff off stream for it, whatnot. Mainly for achievements, like achievement icons and stuff like that. So. Now, if I pull this in, notice how it's got all the black around it. We don't like that. So if I go... color to alpha. If we go layer, import another layer. Want to be 39. Where is it? That one. Alright. I know a guy from Pros, and he told me it's easier to study rocket science and get bored than decide you want to be a brain surgeon. Well, yeah. Duh. Duh. So if I combine those two things together, wonder if we can convert that into normal map. So if I combine you down, alright, so that is giving us a normal map. It's very nice. Oops. Convert layer color space. Actually, what's this thing's layer color space? RGB alpha, sRGB LB2. Ah, it's an 8. It's an 8, not a 16. That's why. There we go. Then what I need to do, I need to give these color. Maybe we can get rid of that. I think I need this to be a solid color. That might actually be part of the problem with that. Let's delete this. Review. This one here. Get rid of all that. We now duplicate those. Oop. Duplicate them. Merge them. Turn those off for a moment. Ah, that's now got like that brush effect to it. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. Normal UV mapping is incredible. Oh yeah, it is. For the Octopath Traveler games, yeah. They do very well with it. But now... That looks out of place. Feels like it's out of place. All right. I should wonder if I group those two together. We now duplicate you. So we just have 4. Get them positioned somewhat in the right spot. Take all of this. Duplicate that. There, that one there is obviously going to go more there. But there. Take all of those, move them out. Take all these, move them up there. Okay. So if we save this as normal, save this as doorway, we now pop over into here, and we reload both of them. The rest of it doesn't have normal mapping, that's why. Let's take that color. And let's just dye it that. yeah, I can see him. Cool. Save this. That's that. Yes. That now looks like it's fixed to the... fixed to the entire thing. So if I turn off that so the light can hit it. See how it's got that dip there and it pops up. I should probably change this. I should probably like paint that differently. That doesn't look right. What we can try is instead of that, what we could do what if I just get rid of it? What if I just get rid of it and I just have the normal map alter the standard metal that we've got there? You reckon that'll work? Not quite. Not quite. I wonder if I should have included if I should have included both of them for the alpha. Like for the normal. Or if I should have just imported one of them. Like just taken this one and just used that as the normal. That one. If I convert that to a height map, it gives us that. Then we scale it. Down to 64. That bottom part there needs to be removed. That one looks like it has more detail than the new one that we've just done. Yeah, this one's got more detail than that one. What's the gimmick for your puzzle game? You'll find out. I've still got a lot of planning and stuff to do for the game. So you got to remember, we've only been working on it for a week, so we don't have all of it sort of figured out and fleshed out at the moment. But the idea is that it will be replayable, and you don't have to complete the puzzles. But depending on how many of the puzzles you complete, how well you do with completing them, how you complete them, and if you use any equipment that's offered to you by the NPCs to complete puzzles, all of that determines kind of the dialogue that you get and the ending that you end up at. So, yeah. You want all the endings? You gotta play it over and over and over. And you're not gonna have different save files. It's just gonna be one game. And each playthrough connects together. All that sort of stuff. Yeah, it doesn't look as good. Like, it looks nice at this size. But then you scale it down, it doesn't look as good. I have a similar concept for a time travel game. Nice. See, for me, time travel games require... Like, they're too... They're very difficult for me to implement. Just because you've got to, like, track... You gotta track the different timelines. If you want them to be able to reverse time and go back X amount of time, you've got to track how far, like, you got to track all the different stuff that happens in between that, and then revert back to that specific thing so that everything's in the correct spots when it happens. And then there's also, you know, you're going to have references to, you know, things that you did in one, and then you came back and decided to do something different. But perhaps someone knows you did that and they make a reference to it. Or perhaps you say something that actually happened in the other timeline. But yeah, it starts to mess with my mind. My brain can't do that. I need to figure out what I'm doing in terms of, like, bolts and fasteners for this. What if... What if we import this one? And we go color to alpha. So if we do that... No, I wouldn't want that to be the colour, would I? I don't know. Let's see. Scale it. 64. If I drop it there... Okay. I think I want the normal map to be made from that too, if I do it this way. We duplicate that. Yeah, that's gonna, yep. Yep, that's gonna give us... Yep, okay, so, here's what we're gonna do. I know what I did wrong the first time around. I know what I did wrong. Yeah, sure. You... convert to that, and then we go transfer. Do that. Okay. Now if we just go this. Actually, I just want to get all of this selected and deleted. So we have that. Maybe. Yeah, it's not. Stop it. That one there is not quite the same size. I'm gonna have to remove both of those. Going to import both of them together. Then we're going to convert both of them. So they're on the same. God damn it. Convert. Color space layer. RGB. 8-bit. Color space layer. RGB 8-bit. And then on both of them, or keep that like that. Then you do the same thing, but I want it to be about 13. So if we take both of those, if I scale this is 1784 down to 64 for the alpha. You and not 1784. So scaling this is going to be a bit different. So I want to multiply that by 64 over 1784. About 57. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's why it's the concept so far, yeah. No sexy mind games we have with ourselves. It's all part of game dev. It's all a part of game dev. Alright, so from here, if I obviously it's not as dark around the edges, but if I duplicate them and I combine them and I do an edge detection like so, that is such a better edge detection than the ones that I had in there previously. So we could do that. Then drop that under there. Move it there. That one. Duplicate it. Need to do this for the normals too. And then shuffle these over, and then we do the same thing for the normal maps, and it should look really good. Alright. Right there. All right. That actually goes a bit further down. Should it be there? Yeah. All right. Okay, so it needs that thickness underneath it. All right. That's easy enough for me to do. That's perfect. Didn't do anything there. Get these shuffled over. Right there. Right there. Beautiful. All of them turned up. That there is going to be a very nice elevation for those. And these ones here. Save it out like so. Oh, just a little bit off, but that looks much better than previous. It's just there's a little bit around the edge there that I need to get rid of. I need to get the yeah. Yep, that looks like a solid attachment there. Oh yeah, we just need to like clean up the edges around there, basically. I wonder if we take the sun and we move it -10 on the Y, or -5 on the Y. We at that point there. I mean, that one's nah, I think that's good. That's good. It's central. The reason why it looks odd is because the light is coming from above it. If the light's coming from below it, yeah. Nice. Nice. Yep, very nice. All right. Tonight I want to get a texture or like something for this metal. something that we can apply to the texture we have to make it flow into this a bit better. Yeah. Because that'll look good. That's going to look good. It's going to come out really nice. Really, really nice, I reckon. Let's see. But yeah, that's let's see. Do this. All right. Good day, you good dunce, is what everyone needs to say. Okay? Everyone needs to say good day, you good dunce. But we will continue with these meshes, these materials, when we come back. I'm unsure what's happening there. I feel like that's... No, it's the correct way. So... Oh, of course, yeah, because, yeah. So yeah, I just need to figure out why it's doing that now. Anyway, we'll get that stuff fixed up and finished off. And being fantastic. So yeah. And then we can start looking at the flooring and the walls of the main room as well. Start getting those materials worked out so that it all starts to look like an actual facility. Then we can start getting stuff imported and we can start building the game. I'll see yous in 5 hours, you good dunce. Have a good one. Thanks for being here. Toodles.